This is Pin Drop Discussions. I am Tyler Parker, and today we are blessed to have James Shang Black, Program Director of Juice All-Stars NC. So I've known you over 12 years. And for the people that don't know you, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm originally from Southside Jamaica, Queens, New York City. Moved to North Carolina about like 12 years ago and started the same program that I was running in New York City down here in North Carolina. I bought something for you too, man. Hold on. You know you alumni player from the program, man. So, you know, I brought you your own Juice jersey, man.
Hey.
There you go, man. I had to bring that for you, man. Bring your own Juice jersey. Oh, that's for you.
Oh, that's for me?
Yeah, bring you a jersey,
crazy.
Man.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
bring you a jersey.
I appreciate
I'll
that.
be seeing you in head of hand still shooting that broke jump shot.
You know, I'm doing a little something. You know, I'm got the little ball in my hand trying to, you know, perfect the craft a little bit. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Nah, you know you family, man.
Always, most definitely. You know, working with Daryl. You know, it kind of taught me a lot. Definitely, you coaching me definitely taught me a lot. So I just want to thank you again for coming on the program and allowing me to interview you because it means a lot.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. So one of the first questions I want to ask you is, what do you think needs to happen for success with the Juice All-Stars organization?
We've been blessed, fortunate. You know, we've been successful from the New York program that Dwayne Tiny Morton runs and the North Carolina program that I run. It's reinventing yourself. Like, I love, like, when I sit back and I watch a lot, I learned so much from Tiny. I learned from Kamani, who's the coach now at UConn, Pastor Omar, like different people I had in my life that I watched on the way on my way into this game. But what I love, what I seen Tiny do and I do, like former players that used to play, like that played overseas, that played NBA, played professional basketball. Like he gets them back involved with the program. So it hurts you. I mean, it helps you to involve in the culture because like you got the kids who have experience that been there coming back to the program, and it helps it grow because like I was a baby when I started, you know. So like when I see like for instance Gary Irvin that played at Arkansas University, he's coaching now with Juice. I seen DeJuan McMillan who played, he's coaching. Like the opportunities that it's allowing to give these players, and like I have like. You won't believe it. This year, Key and D is going to coach the Twins.
The Twins are going to coach?
The Twins are going to coach Juice this year.
That's crazy.
I wasn't going to announce it, but Key and D is going to coach Juice this year. And one of your teammates, Cameron May, he comes back and does strength and conditioning. Yeah. And to me, let's forget the players who made the pros out of the program that made it to high Division I and say the ones that made a D2, D3, didn't go as far as they wanted to go, but still got a free education and good young men like as yourself, what you're doing, and have that door for them to come back and work into the program and give them an opportunity. That's great.
That is
because someone had to give me opportunity.
Exactly. So you're really like opening the doors out here for not only like future players but also past players, and that's really like what we need in the community. You know what I'm saying? Because we know sports is mostly like black people, you know what I'm saying? It's mostly young black men, and you know, it's giving us that opportunity to kind of like thrive is amazing. So speaking of athletes that you have in your program, is like, how do you deal with multiple sport athletes?
It's hard. You got kids that play football, baseball, basketball, but I think sometimes kids stop playing one sport to pick another one too early. Okay, I will ride it all the way through. Right. You know, you may have a better opportunity. Like, for instance, like some kid's skill set may not be there for basketball. Right. And he may be better for football. Right. Or she may be better in a different sport. I will leave the door open and let them be student athletes and play all the way through until they feel as if when it's time to choose whichever one that's putting you in a situation to get a free education. Right. So if basketball is your love, and the opportunity didn't come from you get a full scholarship in basketball, and you got opportunity to get a football scholarship, why not? You're going to school for free.
Exactly. So your main focus is definitely like education first.
Didn't know that was going to happen.
Oh, yeah, it is all good. Let me see where we at. Okay, cool. So education definitely comes first for you in the program. Can you tell me about some of the opportunities that you have seen in the past? Because I know I saw Roger Ray was in the program, and I know he's on a full ride to.
Yeah, now that's crazy. You got a good memory,
right?
That's crazy. That's crazy. You bring up Roger Ray name. Roger Ray is a hometown Raleigh native,
right?
And Roger Ray, because he was small, you know, a lot of people always underestimated him,
right,
and slept on him. But from when Roger came to me about around your age, I got Roger like 14.
14, yep.
Yeah, I got Roger around 14. Roger was a dog.
Yeah,
he was already a dog. Like, it was easy. Went through the ups and downs, him in and out the program, bouncing around a little bit. But that kid just stayed in the gym and worked. Last year he was he made the freshman team, CIAA. This year he made the all something. I forgot what Roger made something. Roger's in a situation right now that he's already at the point where he is like broke so many records at Livingstone.
Right.
This summer, Roger had the opportunity to go to Impact Sports in Las Vegas, and he worked out with Lance Stevenson this summer. That's what I mean about giving back.
Yeah.
Like, a player don't have to give money to give back all the time. That's what people get. Like, that's what I love about Lance. If I need something from him financially and I need help, the kid give tickets for the kids to come see. He opened the doors and let them come to his house. His family is good. We named our team after him this year.
That's wild.
You know what I mean? We named the Juice All-Stars Stevenson. And we also named one of our teams after Sebastian Telfair this year, too.
Right.
But, like, Roger got the opportunity to go out there and work and be around other pros to see what it takes to be a pro. Now, this is the crazy part. Remember I said this. What God got for you is for you, and can't nobody take it from you. Roger Ray going to shock a lot of people.
Absolutely.
He is going to play professional basketball. I don't know if it's going to be the NBA, the G League, overseas, but the way he set himself up and gives it all, that kid going to play professional basketball. It's like he's destined for it.
Nice.
Like, and from when y'all was little.
Yeah.
It's just a pit bull. You can't teach that.
No, you can't.
That's the son he had, and he got a great support system, man. Like, his mother, Roger got different. He got a different why.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you gotta realize, like, Roger's father was gone for 11 years. He was in prison. And so Roger's mother was a single parent, like, busting her ass, trying to do everything she can do to give us son the best opportunity. And certain schools, high schools, he was out here, didn't give him a chance. Right. Certain AAU coaches out here didn't give him a chance. Like, and then it's just like, I had a Jalen McCoy uncle, Monty. He helped me a lot with Roger. He was like, Black, Roger got it. Don't give up on him. Like, kept pushing. Don't give up on him. Don't give up on him. I've seen Roger plenty of times break down, cry for this. Like, kid is very passionate. Like, he loves it. And to this day, he says, yes, sir, no, sir, hey, Coach Black, blah, blah, blah. Very respectful, too. Like a class act. Like, and he'd come back in the gym, work with the younger kids, him and DJ Flippin.
Right, yeah.
And you know how crazy, DJ Flippin was.
Yeah, he was wild. But I mean, that's when we
you know what I went through with him.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely we all had like some attitudes, So that's amazing that you said that. When you brought up a different why, like that speaks to his drive. And I was actually going to ask you, what discipline do you require from your athletes, and why do you require that from them? That's
a good question, because I'm the soft one,
right?
Like, when it comes down to the discipline part.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is a good topic you brought up. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you remember Don, my basketball operations, Don Johnson, light skin with the beard, Coach Johnson, and I also got Coach Eric Nobles and Coach Ralph, Coach Ross, a couple other coaches that, when it comes down to the discipline part, even Coach Yarbrough that's on this live right now looking, we got a policy in our program, right? Mm-hmm. It has all the rules and the guidelines on it. So before you even touch a ball, you and your parent got to read that rules and guidelines in that contract, and you got to sign it. If you don't follow the rules and guidelines, you'll be terminated from the program. You must keep a 2.5 to play on Juice. You got to keep a 2.5 GPA average to play on our grassroots team. It's not a AAU rule or grassroots rule. It's not a rule in existence saying if a kid is failing, that he can't play grassroots or AAU basketball. Just the flip side of that. Say I got you, Tyler, and you playing with me, and you got a 1.2, and a college coach is willing to give you a scholarship, right? And I got you running around playing at every tournament in all over the country, right? And now this man comes to give you a scholarship offer, and then now he goes contact your school and get a copy of your grades and your transcripts and everything. You got a 1.2. Now, you touched on something earlier about like African Americans,
right?
And sometimes we stereotype as a certain way. So like, I had a situation to where I had a kid. I'm gonna say his name, and I'm gonna say his name in a couple minutes. But I had a situation with a kid, with a player, and he was top 5 player in the country, and he struggled academically. I wasn't involved with it like I should have been, but then I sat back, and an OG in the game told me, Shanky, you know how a coach or college coach is gonna look at you? Exact words he said. I'm gonna be straight honest. He was like, this nigga. Exact word he said. This nigga got this kid running around playing all these damn tournaments. He needs to be in somebody's classroom getting an education because he can't even qualify to go to college. And I sat back, and I was young. Like, I was still a baby. I was young. I thought about it. I said, you know something? He right. We can go out here, bust our tail. Parents are sacrificing, paying for these tournaments and getting them all this stuff. And this kid got a 1.2 and can't pass no SAT, and qualify to go to college. What are we doing it for? We just set him up to go to junior college. So I thought about it, and then I sat back with my guys, and I said, yo, Don, like, what can we do, like, to change it and enforce it? Because I felt sad for this kid. This kid struggled, man. Like, I'm gonna tell you, for instance, and it wasn't that he wasn't educated. He just like needed to apply himself. Karan Johnson, remember Karan Johnson? I had,
yeah.
Karan Johnson was top 5 player in the country.
Right. Top
5 player in the country, Karan Johnson. Karan had some academic issues, right? But Karan woke my eyes up. Karan's situation really helped me grow as a coach and like as a person inside this game, because I seen this kid went through so many challenging things in his life. He lost his father. Yeah. Karan's father got murdered. All right, his mother Karen bust her ass, a single parent struggling to provide everything. So many different men came in Karan's life, promising him the world. So when you got a kid like 6'8", 6'9", a freak fucking athlete, a freak. Okay, Karan, it's okay to miss school today, but you still gonna play.
Right.
You know what I mean? Okay, Karan, you missed this. So when you install that into that kid, he's a kid. What you think he's gonna do?
He's gonna listen.
I mean, what you gonna do as a kid?
Yeah, he's gonna listen.
I could not go to class and still play. And then when you meet someone that come in your life and you will put the discipline and the structure in there, it gets harder because you've been getting away with it for so long.
Right.
Like Tyler, everybody asks me, yo, what happened to Karan? What happened to Karan? Karan got taken advantage of.
Yeah.
A lot of men ain't gonna tell the truth. They looked at Karan as an opportunity to make money off of this kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the kid went to
Shaw, right?
No. Before he got to Shaw, Karan was set to go to Oklahoma State.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was signed. It was signed and delivered. Karan was going to Oklahoma State.
Right.
It was set. Kid was so happy, man. He knew, he had an IEP, learning disability.
Right.
Karan was trying, man. He's trying to pick it up. He was trying, but you had so many people trying to get into his life and his ear, like trying to dingle a couple of things at him to make him change.
Right.
And he ran to he just ran to one situation to another, and no one ever sat down and seen like what was the problem, like why is this kid hurting? What is he going through? This kid lost his father, man. Lost his father, and then you had different people just in and out of his life. To me, he didn't have strong relationships. Those were basketball relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like just to see if I can make a couple of dollars off of him. So he goes to Midland. No, did he go to Midland or Florida? Karan went to some school. I don't remember. Was it Florida or Mid? He went to some junior college before he went to. But Midland was the big one. And allegedly, the coach from Midland got a great college job somewhere else, and was trying to pursue Karan to not go to Oklahoma State and follow him to his college. And when Karan was like, "Nah, I ain't doing that," coach flipped on that boy, man. flipped on him. Then Karan went through, got kicked out. Then he wound up going to Shaw University. Had a great 2 years at Shaw. Put his name in the NBA draft. He didn't get drafted. He went to the NBA D League and played on the Golden State Warriors D League team. He did solid. Then he went overseas for a couple of years, and then he decided like he didn't want to play anymore. So now he's in Florida, where he got a good job, like he making boats and building things, like, and he at peace and he happy.
Right.
I'm proud of him. Like, I don't look at him as nothing less because he's not playing the NBA. He's still Karan to me.
Right.
And that's why, like, when it comes to disciplining the program, you have kids that have different needs, and some coaches, after a kid lashes out and do certain things, they just want to kick them out the program.
Right.
And it's not about that, because like I was a kid that had needs. As I was coming up as a young kid, if it wasn't for certain people in my life, it's different, because like what's the old saying? It take a village to raise a family.
Yeah, it does.
Like in my community, like my mother was incarcerated like for almost like, I'm 39 now. My mother did at least 10 to 12 years in prison. Mm-hmm. My father did at least 24 to 25 years in prison. My uncle Messiah was in and out of prison. My grandmother struggled to raise us. Right. She did the best she can do. And I was lashing out and going through different things. But it was people like a woman in my neighborhood by the name of Rachel Holmes, that she just passed away. Mm-hmm. They had programs when we was coming up, like called the Junior Knicks program at the YMCA. We had the Stop the Violence program at PS 48. Mm-hmm. We had like different things in the community that you can do, and the after school programs. And like Miss Rachel used to let me come in her backyard and play basketball, and she saw something in me. Right. And she was like, "Nah, Shangy not a bad kid. I'm gonna take him to this program." And that's when I met like a woman by the name of Kim Walters. Like Kim, that was the first female coach I ever had. That woman just touched my heart. Like she took me up like I was her son, and she didn't give up on me. And different people in my community, even the people that you think was the bad people, like I had people in my community that was selling drugs and stuff like that. But for some reason, they would do like the little summer leagues and get a team and put us in there to try to keep us active. So I had one guy by the name of Sean Simmons. Like he kept us active, put us in tournaments. My uncle Messiah, before he went to prison, kept me active. But I'll tell you this though, Tyler, was crazy. I always felt like deep down inside of my heart, if my uncle Messiah didn't have to go to jail, I would have went further in life, like as a basketball player, because like I ain't have nobody. Like when he left, like everything went upside down for me when my uncle left. That was like my everything, and that's why like I don't give up on kids, because you just can't, man. Like some of these coaches will throw the kids away, go on to the next player. They already want the already made top player. Right. I get in the gym and I develop you, and I keep working with you. You will. I'll take a kid and keep developing him and then I'm like, if you tell me that this kid is the number one player in the country, I want to see how good you are. I'm gonna go play against you. Right. Like I have, for some reason, I could find a diamond in the rough. Right. And I've been blessed with that. I've been blessed to have the top players. I've been blessed to have the kids that's mediocre. I've been blessed to have kids that couldn't dribble a ball and tie their shoes at the same time and make them into something. Right. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, Eric McKnight. Remember him? I do, yeah. Eric McKnight used to, this is a kid, 6'10", 6'11". Right. Broughton, cut him. Gardner Road, cut him. All other teams around there, cut him. You know me. Did I ever used to charge you to work you out? No. Never charge you to work you out. Eric used to walk from the state skating ranch all the way to Headingham 2 times a day. We just get in there and just work. Non-stop work. Just work. Me and Eric in there working. Sometimes you just see him in there with me working. Eric McKnight just working. But when I make a phone call, I get in contact with Artie Jones. Artie Jones is Michael Beasley's uncle. Right. So that's where the relationship with Michael Beasley come. I say, Artie, I got this kid, about 6'10". He just need a chance. He said, Shangy, I got you. I said, I'm about to send him with Tiny to play with Juice New York with Russell Smith and all of them. He can go out there and play in the tournament with Tiny, then I'm going to send him down there to you. Tiny saw him. He said, oh, Shangy, he ain't bad, but you can tell everything really have opportunity. Right. So Artie was like, Shangy, I got you. I'm going to send him to this prep school called Princeton Day Academy. Right. That's when I sent him to with Coach Van. So Eric goes down there. He just blows up. Then he goes, where did he want to go on? Was Iowa State? Iowa State?
Yeah.
He went to Iowa State.
Yeah.
I knew he shouldn't have went there.
Yeah.
Because I was like, damn, Eric, that's big time. That's Big 12.
Yeah.
And you need to play.
Right.
Like, Eric's a kid that need to play more. I sat there, I was like, I don't know if this is going to work.
Right.
Eric called me. He said, Shane, it's not working, coach. Like, it's not working. Like, I'm not ready. Like, I want to play. I said, what you want to do? He said, Florida Gulf Coast contacted me. I said, now you gonna say, Coach, like you idiot. I said, exact words I said to Eric. He came ahead of him with the paperwork to me. I said, what the fuck is a Florida Gulf Coast, right? So we sitting there going back and forth. He said, trust me. I said, so you want me to convince your mother to let you sign this paper and me fax it over and you go to some goddamn Florida Gulf Coast? I'm like, I never even heard of them.
Right.
He said, the coach remind me of you. I said, what? He cared. I said, Eric, man, shut up. So we going on back and forth all day. He comes over. Coach calls me. And the coach convinced me. Yo, the coach was like, Shane, he going to play.
Right.
Like, he going to play and develop. I was like, what is Florida Gulf Coast? Like, I'm like, what is that?
Right.
So then Eric's like, trust me, it's going to work, coach. So boom, Eric signed the paper. Mother signed it. Sitting right there in head of him in the office, faxing over. Dude, you tell me if you remember what happened in the next 6-7 months.
Oh, he was in the
NCAA tournament.
Yeah, it was in the NCAA tournament.
Took him to the Sweet 16.
Yeah, he was.
They made this Elite 8 or Sweet 16.
It was Elite 8 actually. Yeah.
And I had to eat my words.
Yeah, he was doing well there. Like,
yes, I had to eat my words on that. I said, what? Then put himself in a position to then growing up, Eric made some mistakes.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the coach, that run that coach made at Florida Gulf Coast, it was Coach Andy. They made a great run. So Coach Andy got a coaching job at another college.
Right. And
Eric got mad. Like, Eric was like, oh my God. Eric felt like, the coach going, he ain't like the new coach and stuff that was coming. But Eric was out there breaking rules because now the flip side of it. And this isn't me not giving up on Eric. Girls started liking him.
Of course.
He's getting national attention. He started meeting different people, doing different things he ain't supposed to have been doing. Coach calling me nonstop, Shane, you better get him. Florida Gulf Coast gave Eric chance after chance after chance after chance, and they had to let him go. Eric broke the rule. They had to let him go, man. But I ain't give up on him. So then he got another opportunity. He went to some school in Long Beach, something, that college he went to. He goes there, does solid, then he go overseas and play professional basketball. But if we would have gave up on him, what would have happened?
He would have just been another kid in the wash. And
then, I mean, that's why I tell guys, what a kid don't have today, who are we to say he won't have tomorrow if we keep working?
That really takes a lot of insight, a lot of spiritual wisdom to have that type of care for other people. I mean, especially coming from like the situation that you have, it's like you can understand when it's beyond athletics. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can understand that a lot of it is finding your identity in the world, and basketball is like a tool to get there. Especially, some of the things that you were talking about, going from like academics to the importance of education to, if this is the pathway that you're going to take, see it all the way through. Like, that's really helping a young man establish himself as a man. You know what I'm saying? Because that may not be things that we think about all the time. But it's like, if you're going to come work out, then come give your all when you work out. And you require a lot when you work. Like, when you come to work out, you don't have people slack. You don't have people walking around the gym. You have people, energetic. Like, okay, if you're going to come, you got to be fired up. You got to have that same energy that you wanted to get here. You got to have a drive to continue playing. So, I mean, it means a lot, just hear you talk about that the way that you did. And, I'm definitely going to ask you.
I'll tell you this because I seen, like, my grandmother was the world to me. My grandmother, my grandma was the world to me. And I know it's things that I did to disappoint her. You know what I'm saying? But I was running. Like, trying to find myself, and the one person who like had like control of me was gone. That was everybody know my Uncle Bernard Messiah was my everything. Like he was like God to me. Like my uncle was everything. My father, my uncle, my big brother, everything. So when he had to go and do that long prison stretch, I was a wow. And different people in my community had my back, man. Like they was like, nah, man, this is Messiah nephew. This is such and such son. This is boom, boom, boom. I'm not gonna give up on this kid. And they just kept pushing and kept pushing. But like the main thing is like, who are any of us to say like what a kid don't have today, he won't have tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they say it take a village to raise a kid, right?
Yeah.
But if you keep giving up on them and giving up on them, and that's the difference. Like I feel like back in my era when I was coming up, people really cared.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's my person. Like back in my time when I was coming up, people cared. Like if, for instance, I remember one time I was hanging out on the block and I knew I shouldn't have been there. Right. This lady was like, "I'm going to tell your Uncle Messiah," and I said some choice words that I shouldn't have said. Right? The woman whooped me right there. Right?
Wow.
So then when I got to my uncle, I ain't gonna say the words that I said. When I got to my uncle and she told my uncle what I said, he whooped me again right there in front of her.
Right.
And it was like, and I looked at it like, and he was like, you ain't doing that.
Yeah.
But it's like when I was at like the community in South Jamaica, Queens, in my area helped me.
Right.
You know, even though like I lost so much in there, like it helped me. The community helped me. It helped me. I can't like watching, and I tell you, man, like for the greater of good, like. Even though my uncle, my father, and them was out in them streets doing what they was doing,
right?
But like I also saw the good side of them. Like, you know, it's like a flip side of it. Like I always hear the tales and the stories,
right,
of how aggressive my dad was in the streets. I also heard the tales and the stories how aggressive my uncle Messiah was, and
right.
and all the guys like my cousin Bimmy and all. I always heard all those stories. But I also saw the love part of them. Like, they would help people, too. Even, I mean, you know, some people tell me, oh, Shangy, you ain't going to never understand the 80s and that era in Queens. Like, when the crack era hit Jamaica, Queens. They always tell me, you're not going to understand it. But I was like, I'm a baby. I'm not supposed to understand it. I just know my uncle not here. My mother's not here. My dad's not here. This one's not here. So it wasn't for me to understand it. But I also seen the positive stuff that they did, too. And my grandmother, make a long story, she had a caring heart. My grandma would take care. Like you came to my house one time. Tyler, you came to my grandma's house one time. You was her grandson.
That's what's
like
up.
She gonna feed you. But my friends would come there and never would leave. And she wouldn't kick them out either. Like flips out of it. My grandma probably wanted to kick me out before she kicked them out.
Wow.
Like she opened up her doors for anyone. So that's like where the soft side come at me with the basketball stuff, the caring part. Because I'll be honest with you, like. My basketball operations and program, the staff members in my program will tell you, like, I've been taken advantage of in here. I've been used. I've been lied to. I done helped a lot of people. A lot of people turned their back on me. A lot of people come to me and get what they want out the program, and then they blow up and they get Hollywood and they leave. And that was on my dime, me sacrificing, like taking money out of my household. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you remember, like, from my first marriage. Yeah, I don't know if you remember, like, me and my ex-wife, we had a cleaning business together. I had the job at Hedingham. You used to see, I lived in Hedingham.
You did.
It was days that I slept in that gym.
Yeah, because the gym was open.
The gym was open. I kept the gym open non-stop for y'all.
You did.
So, like, now when I be seeing people doing open gyms and control runs and different scrimmages and all that, I sit back and I laugh, right? Because I had got a comment, somebody was like saying like copying. So I was scratching my head. I was like, well shit, what was these people 12 years ago when I was sacrificing everything, staying in this gym, opening up and doing everything for free for people. And then when you start learning the business side of it and when it comes down to the AAU stuff, it takes money to run these programs.
It does.
You know what I'm saying? The financial part is hard, especially when you're not sponsored.
Right.
Juice New York, fully sponsored.
Right.
So for me coming from New York City all the way down here to have people to rock with me and believe in me, it was hard. It was a fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was hard. I was starting over from scratch.
Right.
Now, for me to have the same success here that I had there, and I did it down here without the top players. I created it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I started it from scratch. I created it. You know, so like I'm like, to go from fully free to now convince people to invest in you, it was hard. So that's like I told you, like the caring part come from, like, for instance, I had a coach, right, in the program, and his father was my best friend. That man tell me when I'm right, when I'm wrong, put me in my place, everything. Every kid got different stories, right? As a coach, you got to get to know your players. You ask me, like, how do you deal with multiple players, how you deal with different things. You got to get to know your player and understand his journey and what he's been through. And I call a kid my nephew. He played undersized AAU basketball. Been to several, the two high school ball that he went to got jerked. Every high school team that he went to, high school he went to, he made the high school team. So that means it's some potential there. So I had a situation where a kid that I raised, like I love, like in this business, like me don't even talk no more because of this. Like my nephew had a little outlash. It wasn't as bad or as serious as the coach took it, but I understood after a while the discipline part that he was trying to, set. But I think it was an overkill in the situation. And I couldn't get in the middle of it because, like, I'm the program director, you the head coach, my brother is the basketball operations. And my brother, to this day, when we have kids that have behavior issues, my brother will go back and say, I see why X, Y, and Z former coach that was in our program disciplined my son. You know what I mean? And as a man, for you to say, I understand that, and you have no bitterness in your heart, no ill will towards this person, but you just wish that person would have got to know your son. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we go through behavior issues with kids now, and he see what his son been through, and we still don't give up on them kids. Can't. Because it's about saving their lives. You don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to get the phone call that I got. You know what I'm saying? Like, August 11th changed my life. You don't want to get that phone call when one of your coaches are texting you in the morning. I'll never forget this. We was leaving to get ready to go to Norfolk State University. And this is the first time that I ever spoke on this. Like, I turned down top scouting services, reporters, news cameras, everything that wanted to do this interview with me about this kid, man. And I'm still grieving and dealing with it now. Like, it's the first time I'm really even speaking. Like, me and his mother talked yesterday. I'm getting ready to go to Norfolk State Elite Camp. My brother, the head coach there, Rob Jones, we grew up together as my childhood friend. So it's August 11th. We getting ready to go down to Norfolk State Elite Camp. So my coach Belt, great guy, Coach Belt texts me and say, "Yo, Black, I need to talk to you. Pick up your phone." So I pick up the phone. Coach Belt was like, "Yo, I'm about to send you some videos and picture. Look, go check it and call me right back." So I go and check what he sent me. So I hit Coach Belt back. I say, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Yo, Mikey been in an accident." I said, "What you mean, Mikey been in an accident?" He said, "It ain't looking too good, Black. Look at the video." So as a kid on social media trying to get in contact with any of Mikey coaches, his parents, whatever, to let us know what happened. So I'm like, whatever. I'm like, I'm not, whatever. So I go to my phone. I'm sitting there, and as I'm sitting, I'm scared to call Mikey mother. I'm shaking. I'm scared to call Mikey mother. I'm scared. So I'm like, fuck it. Let me just text her. So I sent her a text. Boom, 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 boom. Like 1:30, 1:40. She's at the crime scene. Mikey mother, and it haunts me to this day. Mikey mother words was to me was, "Coach Black, your boy is gone. Your boy is gone." I said, "What you mean my boy is?" She said, "Coach Black, he's gone. He's gone." and she started screaming and crying, and I just dropped the phone and dropped to my knees, and then I had to sit there. Like my stepson heard me, so I'm sitting there, right? I'm sitting there, and I'm like, yo, this can't be true. Like this is not true. She said, Coach Black, your boy is gone. He gone. Your little man is gone. And I just started screaming and crying. And then we left to go to Norfolk State. We got down there. It didn't hit us until we got to the locker room. And then you know how you get everybody in the back. Tanias Peace that play at Broughton. That's my starting point guard. Him and Tanias. We taking the uniforms out. Taking the uniforms out the bag. Mikey uniform comes out the bag. Everybody breaks down and started crying. And then I just spoke to that boy hours before that happened. I said, yo, the soft part of me and Coach Nobles was talking. And remember I said about the discipline part? And the one time, like, I wish that I didn't discipline him, I can't get it back because I wish I would have took him with me. And, you know, somebody said, Coach Beck, you can't wear that on your chest. Guard time is guard time. So the one time, like, I said, yo, I'm going to discipline Mikey. I'm suspending Mikey this tournament. But when we go to the Rudy Gay Classic and go to ISA Nike, he going to let him back and play. So I spoke to him. Like I said, yo, you staying out of trouble? He said, yeah, Coach. Mikey knew if I would have stayed on the phone long enough with him, I was going to overrule his suspension. Because that little joker had a way of getting his way. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, nope, I'm getting off this phone. Mikey butt ain't going. He's like, Coach, I got you. I'm in the gym. I'm in the studio doing the music. If you look at his music, like, the kid got some unbelievable music, too. So then I said, all right, Mikey, when I get back, everything going to be all right. I never got a chance to tell Mikey I love him. I never got a chance to say goodbye. You know, like, and I sat back. I was like, well, damn. I had to suspend him, but maybe I shouldn't have suspended him. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you in between. And then seeing him lay there, man, like, a mother should have to bury her son at 17, 18 years old. And this kid had so much talent. He had so much talent. This kid could have been special. I'm like, I'll be honest with you. And it's not because he's passed away or whatever. And people that's on here know that I'm telling the truth. The kid remind me of Dennis Smith, Steve Francis, and Berlin Davis. That's the type of game he had. Like, Tyler, he was special. Like, he was special. Like, he could have been one of them kids. Like, for me to say this, I had an opportunity to watch Sebastian Telfair, Ramel Bradley, my cousin Daryl Showtime Hill, the Lance Stevensons, the Blake Harrises, to all those top players I had an opportunity to watch, mentor, work with. Mikey was just as good as them. He was just as good as them. And I never got a chance to say goodbye. You know, like, I didn't know that was saying goodbye that night. I remember we just got back from we was in Augusta the whole month of July. We got back to North Carolina August 1st. We was in Augusta, Georgia for Peach State at my guy Damon Key's tournament. Mikey tore that tournament up. Then we left Augusta, Georgia. We went to California for the Adidas Gauntlet Championship. We lost in the Elite Eight. Mikey tore that up. Then from there we went to the Fab 48 in Las Vegas. We lost in the Elite Eight. August 1st we got back to North Carolina, and that was the last time I seen Mikey physically. And it haunts me every night. You know, it's hard to hear that mother say he gone. You know, it's hard. It's hard, Tyler. It's hard.
Yeah, I know it is. I can't imagine. You know,
and then, you know, Jermaine got killed too.
Yeah, I do.
So, like, back to back, I lost two players in with 4 or 5 days. No. Jermaine got murdered in Greensboro. Yeah. He got shot up, and then Mikey next couple of days, the car accident. It's like, wow.
It's crazy.
And then, you know, you said about religion.
Mm-hmm.
I was going through a tough time because you started losing faith.
Right.
And you can't question God, but I was like, why is this happening? Why did this happen? Mm. You know, that was a rough stretch for me.
You know, I actually feel like that's more encouragement for you to continue doing what you're doing. You know, I feel like the work that you're doing with the young men is important. You know, I feel like just that understanding of saying, you know, like, I had these two players that are close to me. It's a chance to draw players closer to you. You know what I'm saying? Because now you guys can have conversations to where it's like, we're family. You know, you already know how it is. Like when you come in the gym, wherever you're at, if you have a problem, it's something you need to talk about, then, you know, we can sit down and talk about it. And I just feel like it's opportunities. It's multiple opportunities for you. And it's just amazing, you know, to hear the relationship. I've enjoyed it, and I will definitely have you back. So appreciate you coming again.
This is Tyler Parker, and you've been tuned in to Pin Drop Discussions.